Bonjour tout le monde. Et merci d'être que nous rejoignons nous là dans l'autre épisode Strive 305 en créole. Créole parler, créole comprendre. Bon, aujourd'hui on a fait un petit parler en anglais parce que ça nous avons invité très spécial un haïtien américano qui a fait de belles bagailles dans la ville là. C'est Théo. Mais avant nous arriver là, je voulais dire co-host moi bonjour, Nayed, comment est?
Bonjour Candice, bonjour tout le monde. Nous sommes vraiment contents pour l'autre épisode aujourd'hui après que nous sommes passés en gros temps, en pile temps hier dans le local ça parce que nous avons une belle activité, nous avons invité nous. Nous sommes contents pour tout le monde qui est venu participer et puis qui a eu toute opportunité pour te présenter business yo dans le show hier et puis pour te network. Et puis aujourd'hui, nous allons continuer et nous avons gros invité, 2 invités même avec nous et il y a un pile bagage qui a fait dans la ville qui va parler nous de lui.
So Theo.
Yes.
How are you?
Doing well.
C'est pour là qu'on petit créole oui pour nous.
Qui j'en ai hier? Content.
Nous là n'a
avec nous.
C'est pas grave, n'apprends. N'importe qui créole ou bail n'apprend. So tell me a little bit more about Theo's and the history. How did you get started? And what are you?
Mais avant qu'il y ait des supermodèles, fun saluer Jody, qui c'est Madame Theo, et puis tout, pour présenter tout, nous allons poser une question avant, côté que vous dites non 3 mots ou décrit tout. Can you describe yourself in 3 words?
Myself in 3 words.
Yes.
Passionate, humble, and maybe reserved.
All right. Mais
Not today.
Nous recevons pile monde qui a passion. Je sens que passion sont bagaille de base dans monde vle entrepreneur.
Ah, obligé de passion parce que sinon on va fatiguer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So tell us about Theo's.
So Theo's started off as a food truck in 2020, right at the start of the pandemic. It was originally supposed to be just like a side project, something to do on my days off. But the pandemic kind of shifted things and made it more of I would call it not a 9 to 5, but more of like a 24/7 type thing.
I love how you had to look at wifey to make sure.
Yeah.
So I feel like you probably got a lot of you had to do a lot of the background work too.
Of course.
Still doing a lot of background work.
Exactly.
That's a sign of a good partnership.
Yes. So we started off in the food truck in 2020. A little rocky because what I thought I would have, I didn't because of the pandemic. But, little by little, it kind of took a life of its own. We did extremely well, kind of bounced back and forth from different locations. And in October of 2021, we were blessed with our 62nd Street space.
62nd Street, give me that exact address.
So we're on 22nd Avenue on the northwest side on 62nd Street, not too far from Edison.
Okay.
In the Martin Luther King Metro Rail Station. So we've been there now for about 4.5 years. We're doing extremely well. We employ about 46 people in that space. Black, brown,
That's
people.
a lot. 46 people. That's great.
Yeah, we're open 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 12. There was a time where we were open till 4 in the morning. Couldn't continue that because of the liability insurance.
Yeah.
We still use our food trucks for events. And just recently we were blessed with another space on 46th Street and Northwest 31st Avenue. We opened up last week, Wednesday.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we're just trying to fine tune things. Running one space comes with its own challenges. And 2 spaces brings a few more.
Yeah.
But our goal is, I think my mission is just keeping people working and empowering people in the areas that we service.
So can you tell us a little bit about like the cuisine that you have in your restaurant?
So we specialize in Alfredo pastas.
Oh, okay.
But we are almost like a fusion of a lot of different types of cuisines. We do fried rice, sandwiches, egg rolls, wings, salads. We have salmon, tilapia, chicken, ribeye steak, oxtails. And it's part of the reasons why we've been a little bit successful because most people come in and they'll find something that they like.
I have to say, I have personally eaten at your restaurant and
Okay.
loved everything that I tried.
Awesome.
Jody spoiled me.
Okay, good stuff, good
My
stuff.
kids literally fought over the oxtails and the fried rice.
Okay.
They loved it. It
Okay.
was really good, and the desserts were really good too.
Awesome,
So
awesome.
I'm really excited to have you guys here. I want to know a little bit about what brought you into the restaurant business.
So I'm 43 now, but I started when I was 16. My dad worked at a place called Kookaroo in South Miami years ago. It's kind of like a Boston market.
Okay.
So I started as a dishwasher, and I just enjoyed the fact of being able to like earn my own money. Then I went to Jackson Senior High School where I got into the commercial foods program. And then from there went to Le Cordon Bleu, Johnson & Wells, and I worked at a place called Cammie, started off as a shucker, worked my way up to a GM, managed Flanagan's, managed Lime Fresh Mexican Grill, and I guess the 20 plus years of experience in the industry kind of took bits and pieces from all of these different successful concepts and kind of added it to what we were doing and kind of gave us the head start. So we use different things like third-party delivery services like
Yeah.
Uber Eats, Grubhub, and DoorDash. We use AI to answer our phone calls because it was difficult for our cashiers to pick up every phone call. And a lot of those things have made us extremely successful. But yeah.
If you were to list maybe 3 lessons that you've learned along those years and that you would say that make you like successful in your business and now you're able to scale, what would that be?
Understanding that you can't do it by yourself.
You could say that one twice.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter how talented you are if you don't have a team around you. You're kind of like a hamster in a hamster wheel. You're just kind of like running in place. Also, being a good listener, and then still finding a way to be assertive and dominant in your expectations. So I would say those 3 things have been the 3 things that I kind of like revert back to when I'm having a difficult moment. And I just try to message that to our staff and our customers, like those are our core principles. And yeah.
What about you, Jody?
I was going to say, I'd just like to add also listening to that customer base. And so if somebody complains or just says, this isn't what we're used to or what we know of you, we listen to each customer and just try to make sure that like we are staying true to like core values and and then being flexible. So I think that's one of the things that has made us extremely successful. So we have these thing called Boudin balls, which was popular. I don't know where he found it from, but he found it, and I thought it was the coolest thing. You get to like use a syringe to inject
Nacho cheese
inside these like fun little balls, but being flexible and just being innovative and is something I think that helps.
Definitely.
So Jody, what do you think that you're bringing to like the restaurant, like the story and everything? What is your secret sauce that you're adding? Because I know you're adding something.
I tell people that I'm really only here for my good looks. But in actuality, what I do is that I look at the things that we do operations-wise, and I try to improve upon those things. He has a lot of ideas. And so like I see a therapist weekly, and I say what my therapist does for me is that she takes the jumble in my head and kind of calms it. So he has a lot of ideas and a lot of great ideas. And so I think my role ends up being to take his ideas and just say, hey, let's quiet the noise a little bit and let's see what we can do like readily. So looking at the things that we do and improving upon the operations, we do really well in the space that we're in. But I think being able to like take it to the next level is something that, I think I help.
No, you definitely do.
No, I mean, it's clear that
Definitely.
if anything, I was going to say, like, How do you balance that? Because I know that you have like your own career and your own thing, and I see you active in the restaurant and there and like, you know, present in everything. I even saw she has like a little calendar where she pencils in everything to make sure that she's organized. So I can definitely see you're a little bit type A and just like keep everything on track. How is that like managing that sort of relationship, the partnership, professionally, personally, you know what I mean? Like it's because the restaurant business is no joke.
A balance.
Right. So that's the thing, is that we're supportive of each other. And so like we do take time to just say, all right, what is it that you need? How can I support you? So he does a really good job of making sure that like whatever it is that I need to be able to run my nonprofit. We just had a fundraiser and he was the most generous and the most gracious, and so supporting each other and knowing like where we are and how we can fit into each other's lives, and making sure that we make time and space for each other. You'll be like, you know, we haven't hung out, just us, in a while. Let's go do something. And so I'm grateful for those moments, because otherwise, and also that planner. So I keep 2 planners to try to like make sure that, not that I keep it separate, but like I try to make sure that we try to stay as organized and as possible. Like yesterday, 2 days ago, he thought that we had a catering that was supposed to be today, but it was actually yesterday. I was like, no. He's like, can you double check? Yeah, sure, I'll double check for you.
See, that was me and her yesterday, because she's like, I thought it was Monday. I'm like, no, girl, it is Tuesday. Let's get it together.
Monday was like, you know, a holiday. So, you know, when I'm driving to work, I'm praying and I'm like doing my declaration for Monday. I didn't realize that it was Tuesday. Yeah. Until after I took work and I realized that my calendar, everything is completely messed up. Yes.
So tell me, I mean, because I always hear the horror stories of the restaurant business. You know what I mean? Because clearly it's not enough to just like know how to cook and have good taste and everything like that. What are some of the biggest challenges that you've encountered over the course of the years doing this business and being in this industry?
Well, I think ever since the pandemic happened, I think I don't want to call it the quality of help is not there. I think the lack of quality help is not readily available. I think a lot of the different restaurants, the larger scale restaurants, are able to pay much more than we can offer. But we try to do our best to be as competitive as possible, not undercut people because of where the restaurant is, our size of our space. But staffing is like a huge issue. And I guess finding people that will take us seriously enough to work with us when it comes from like a management perspective. Like last night we were at Denny's and we were blown away by the GM there. And wherever we go, we're always like, okay, so how much do you make? How long have you been here? To see if we can kind of horse. Exactly. Exactly. So sometimes it works. Most of the times it doesn't. But I think the restaurant is moving in a direction where people say, okay, this is not going to be just a one-off. He's trying to do different things. And not every project works. And I associate business with playing baseball. It doesn't matter how talented you are, how much you practice, your gear. You're not going to hit a home run every time, but you want to go to bat with that presence and give yourself the opportunity to score, to hit a home run. We had an amazing space in North Miami that didn't work out the way we had envisioned. It was cool. We decided to kind of part ways, to reset, and to work on other things that we felt like we could have more control in. And while it didn't work, we're impressed with the fact that we were able to accomplish what we did, you know.
That's one heck of a pivot.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's amazing. I think that's probably also the sign of a good entrepreneur. That's what separates a lot of good entrepreneurs, is your ability to just take a bad situation and pivot.
Exactly.
And just like keep moving forward. Because I think a lot of entrepreneurs just sort of get discouraged when something doesn't go their way, which, I mean, I guess it's a testament to your success as well. to be able to function during COVID and do all
Exactly.
the things. And because you talked about a couple of things, and I'm like, oh, those are very innovative that I don't know. Maybe now more people are using AI in their business and doing these things, but you started doing that earlier.
Before,
Yeah.
like when I worked at Lime Fresh Mexican Grill, it was they were a 21st century brand, and they did a lot of crazy things that I had never seen, even though I had been in the business for a very long time. The owners of that company were from California, and he had a lot of experience with other brands. And you know, the best form of flattery is to be copied. And he did that with those other concepts, and I did that. I took some bits and pieces from him, and it kind of gave us a head start.
Yeah.
Whereas it would take a little bit longer, we were in a position to kind of, you know, move in the right direction a little bit sooner than later, if you will. Yeah.
I think what he does a really good job of, though, is that even though he's been in these, he's a very loyal person, and so being in these different spaces, the owners and his co-workers all feel connected to him still, and so being able to, like, they still pour into his mission and vision, and so it just is, you know, being able to keep and maintain all of those contacts through adversity has been super helpful too.
That's great. Mentorship.
Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely. Definitely.
My next question is that what is your next big project? What do you have in mind? What's like the bigger vision that we don't know about?
Well, a lot of times, guests do come in and they're like, "Hey, what would it take to get one of these in my city?"
Ooh, franchise.
We want a franchise, and that was one of the reasons why the North Miami location was very, I forget the word. It was so attractive.
Yeah.
We know that we want to have, when someone comes in and says, "Hey, I want a Theo's," eventually when we get to that point, we want to ask, what type of Theo's do you want? Do you want a food truck, like the one we had in the past and the one we still have? Do you want the takeout version like 62nd Street? Do you want a fast casual space like kind of like a Chipotle, like how we have on 46? Or do you want a bar and grill? And it'll give us the flexibility to give people what they want. At different price points, and then we can still, you know, kind of push our mission forward. So definitely making our 62nd Street space special, more special than it's been. We're painting, we added more signs, we're taking care of landscaping over the next couple of days to let people know, like, hey, you can be in a specific environment and still present something that's worthwhile.
I love that.
Yeah, they kind of call us the Chick-fil-A of the hood, and
I love that.
yeah, and it's important for us for people to come in and kind of be, what? You guys do this here? You guys greet us the way you do. We offer chips and salsa while people are waiting. We have our candy bowl that's always there. We're working on a coloring book for the kids when they come in.
Oh, very cool.
And, you know, we just want to be, you know, we don't call ourselves like a restaurant that has the best food. We call ourselves a space, like a third place, you know, that meeting space for people where they can just come in and feel like they're important. Yeah.
I love that. I love that, especially in communities that sometimes can be a little bit disenfranchised.
Yes.
So, and underserved, the fact that you're bringing that sort of service to these communities, I think it's really important. So let me switch gears into some more fun stuff.
Okay.
All right. So when did you first realize that you could cook? Like, what was the dish that said, oh, okay, maybe I have something here. Like, I got something going on. Or was it Jody that cooked? And then you just...
No, not that. It's funny because even though, like, I'm a trained chef, I don't consider myself a chef. I consider myself a person that can kind of take different ingredients and create something that people will enjoy. I think our cuisine is just fun food.
Yeah.
And food for everyone. And we try to put a different spin on it. Like with our oxtails, when we first started, we just did oxtail Alfredo. We said, you know what, we're going to do oxtail rasta pasta, then oxtail fried rice, oxtail empanadas, oxtail egg rolls. And while someone may not necessarily want oxtails with pasta, we can give them something cool like oxtails and empanadas, and we do that with all of our different proteins.
I like oxtails on
Yeah.
pizza, everything, every
Yes.
form that you could possibly imagine. It's probably my favorite, and it's definitely worth a try at Theo's because it's so good.
Awesome,
So we're gonna go with oxtails as your answer.
Yeah,
That's
Oxtails are
that
pretty
was
good.
the dish.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. Yeah, definitely.
Creek on Fire questions?
Already?
Yes.
Oh, let's go.
Yes. So tell us, coffee or tea?
Oh, coffee in the morning, tea at night.
I'm coffee all day long.
Okay.
Coffee all day long.
All day
yes.
long, yes.
Crazy work.
Absolutely.
That's crazy work.
Absolutely. I'm with him on this one. Okay, so a book that, or maybe two, that changed your life and your perspective. And I want both of you to answer this one.
I guess I'll let Jody go first because she's a reader.
Yeah.
Me
So I
too.
guess right? So I think the book I read at least once a year is The Alchemist. And every time I read it, I see it through a different lens. I really enjoy Tuesdays with Morrie. Such a
That was
good
one of
book.
my favorites.
I love romance novels, so everything Skyline series, absolutely love. I'm always reading with my ears and reading with my eyes, like always. So right now, and once a year also, I do drive. I love reading. One of my favorite things, my favorite date is to go to a bookstore and sit there and just...
Oh, there's a really
Wow.
cool one in Fort Lauderdale that's like old school. Like you go,
yeah.
it looks like a museum. I'm gonna send you that information.
Please.
Okay, what about you?
I'm not a reader. I like to get my information from like YouTube, and I'm constantly like on Google, like researching different businesses, what's working, what's not working. So I'm more of a I get my information from videos. Jody's always trying to push me to reading more.
You know what?
But
Podcast is
Audible.
like a happy medium.
and I love podcasts
Always
as well.
listening to
I love
it,
podcasts too.
always
So
listening to something.
yeah, but
Yeah.
not I'm not a reader.
Oh, I'm a reader. I listen. I watch.
Okay.
I'll read. I'm a podcast girl. I love that
Okay.
stuff.
Okay.
So no, I tell people that I'm always like reading with my ears, so Audible, like you were saying.
Yeah.
I'm always reading with my eyes, something. But he does read. He just doesn't read in the traditional sense of here's a book,
But,
because
yeah.
his mind is on overdrive all the time. So it needs to come quick.
I love that.
Give me a news article and read it fast. 'Cause
The next question is, what is one advice that you receive that really impacted your life?
Take your time, but go fast. Take your time, but go fast. I mean, I'm 43 now, so there's a lot that I want to get done, and I'm not going anywhere, I hope, but I did waste a lot of time. In these last 5 or 6 years, I talk to Jody all the time, like, while I don't read books, I want to write a book, and it's called Running, because I feel like the last 6 years, I've just been running. For example, the food truck business is extremely difficult because I would have to hitch the truck. I would have to go to Jetro, buy the groceries. I would have to take it to the location, and in the midst of it, run and take care of my own personal things.
Yeah.
And just making sure that everybody's happy. So definitely, I think we're going to create a book called
Running.
Running. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
he's gonna create a book. I'm just gonna be here.
You're gonna make sure it gets written
I'm
and
gonna
done
make
and
sure-
published.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the role.
What about you? A good piece of advice that you received that really impacted you?
I learned early, fail to prepare to fail. And so that's something that, like, so if I don't do well on an exam in school, I know that it was because, all right, Jody, you didn't buckle down and study. So he always talks about, the restaurant industry being luck, and I don't believe in luck. I think preparation meets opportunity. It equals luck. So he always prepared, and if the opportunity is there, then he'll strike. I really don't believe in luck, but he says it all the time.
Well, he was lucky to find you
Yeah,
because
extremely.
He really
It was
that's
blessed.
yeah, that's such a blessing to be able to have, you know, the creative and then the person that's like the backbone and the operations that can get that stuff done, because
But
that's
he'll
usually
say-
the challenge.
He'll tell you that we're lucky to have each other because we really are. We really are.
Yeah. I met her taking the catering to UM.
No way.
Yeah, I was running that day. I was a little late.
Do you know what's funny is I actually we had dealings before then, so the caterings, but we didn't see each other. And so one of my former coworkers that passed away, she was like, you know, we're doing a lot of work in Liberty City. Let's use a restaurant space that's in Liberty City. So we had him cater events for us before I actually saw him. And so when he was being vendorized, I was like, "Oh, he sounds good on the phone." And then,
Yes.
right? And then it wasn't until like there was a November that he came and did a Friendsgiving with one of our partners. I was like, "That's what he looks like. He's really, really cute." And so that's he was running super late. And then I tried to help to offer, and he was like, "Absolutely not, absolutely not." But
And here you are, so many years later, still helping.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's so beautiful.
I love that. Well, final words.
The final words, before the final words, I'm curious to know what is your foundation is doing.
Yeah, we
What
didn't
is-
get her to
yes.
name your foundation.
Yeah,
So-
tell us a little bit about the foundation, and then you tell us about all the information for TO so we can find TOs.
Yes, so it's called Miles Academy. Miles is my son's name, and it's an acronym for Molding Independent Learners Every Second. And what we do is we work with girls, middle school age to high school age girls, and we do leadership-based activities. We believe in exposure. And so how can I know that I want to be a thing if I've never seen the career or seen? So we bring a lot of entrepreneurs. We do a lot of field trips. It kind of was born out of COVID, when all kids used to do was go to school, sit down, and go home.
Yeah.
So there was really no opportunities for field trips. There's no opportunities for them to meet anybody outside of their immediate, circumstances. Being a teacher in the first grade, I used to ask kids, "What do you want to be?" They'd say, "I want to be a policeman," or "I want to be a firefighter," because these are careers that they can see. I had kids that would tell me, "I want to be a Publix worker," because that's what they see and what they're used to. But eventually you're able to open them up, and they're like, "Okay, I want to be an esthetician," or "I want to be a zoologist," and they get to go to the zoo and see the back end parts of the zoo. So where all the veterinarians that deal with the big animals end up hanging out, and they be able to see. Just exposure is kind of what we do. So
I love
That's
that.
great.
Miles House.
Miles Academy.
Miles Academy.
Yeah,
We should put her in touch with the young girl that we met yesterday.
Absolutely,
And
that's
she
a
does like
great
different
idea.
program with the youth.
Oh, I love that.
Absolutely.
That's a great idea.
Yes.
So back to Theo's.
Yes.
Where do we find you? Where do we order? Give me locations,
Okay.
phone numbers, Instagram, social media. I want all the details because we need to get everybody eating your food.
Okay, so our first location, the address is 2230 Northwest 62nd Street. We have a website where you can find us, theoseafoodandpasta.com. We also are on Uber Eats, Grubhub, and DoorDash. We're partnering with a company called Too Good To Go. Where
I love
instead,
Too Good To Go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know it.
And ours is, I think we have the best Too Good To Go in town.
We really do.
Instead of just giving you something that would be wasteful, we figured out a way for it to be something that comes out hot every time. You get to pick your base, you pick a protein. So we have that location. Then we have our 46th Street location. Address there is 3171 Northwest 46th Street. The space is pretty cool. You have a dine-in area, you have a bar area to sit down. We have a patio that we're working on right now as well. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
And it's Theo's Seafood and Pasta.
Theo Seafood and Pasta. Yeah. Yeah.
Now you have a food truck. If I'm having a party and I want to have a food truck,
Definitely.
would I be able to call
Exactly.
you guys and say, "Come to my yard and
Absolutely.
let's do this"?
Absolutely.
Okay, good, because that's
Absolutely.
also a great option. I love the idea of just not having your traditional catering company and just getting a food truck to be on the
Exactly.
lawn and do something. That's
Exactly.
I think it's fun and creative.
Exactly. Exactly.
Absolutely. And I do have a few things for you before we leave.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm very happy
Thank you.
to learn a little bit more about what you do. And then I'm going just to share a few resources with
Yes.
our community.
Okay.
And I'm switching back to Creole. So, gen un pile activité. I cannot see.
MDCC.
Yes. I can't really see anyway.
It's the
Thank you, thank you.
MDCC Small Business Meetup.
Yes, ça c'est une activité qui est vraiment intéressante que pour nous capables de participer avec. Là-dedans, pardon, c'est une activité en ligne que liée et là nous venons, nous avons besoin de pile d'informations sur plein d'autres ressources en fait qui sont disponibles. Donc Miami Dade Chamber of Commerce c'est lui-même qui organise l'activité ça et ou te mettre pas membre ou capable monter et ou capable participer avec eux. Next please. Nous gagnons tout une activité que Score a fait samedi de 10h30 à 12h30, ok? Donc, en février, hein, ok? Il y a différentes dates. Il y a une date en février, il y a une date en mars. Et c'est vraiment intéressant parce que la permet tout, la aide comme si step pour capable mettre business en place, ok? Et il y a différents sujets que vous couvrir. Et puis tout, dernière session qui le 14 mars, la pour couvrir aspect qui a rapport avec marketing, comment pour plus créatif dans la façon que vous faire marketing pour business. Next, nous gagnons ça son gros nouvelle. Nous gagnons Grant MDit là qui a pour l'ouvrir encore et il y a un bagage qui est extrêmement important pour qu'on ait accès avec Grant ça, c'est pour participer dans atelier que vous gagnez pour communauté. Donc nous avons sur flyer, il y a différentes dates nous avons enregistré tout dans MDit sur Eventbrite pour nous capable joindre information et Chambre haïtiano-américaine de commerce de Floride, donc ACOF, nous c'est un technical partner pour Grant ça, donc qui est capable d'aider nous, assister nous pour nous remplir formulaire pour nous appliquer pour Grant là. Et puis tout, là nous fait ça, nous joindre des points en plus, là nous utiliser un partenaire MDTO pour nous capable participer dans Grant ça. Année dernière, nous avons aidé 10 personnes et nous avons 6 personnes sur 10 qui étaient recevoir Grant là. Donc, venez joindre nous, nous sommes capables de supporter nous dans ça. Next. Nous gagnons une grosse activité encore et ça c'est vendredi ça et donc c'est maire Daniela Levin-Cava qui a organisé pour Black History Month. Donc il y a un gros foire, il y a plusieurs vendeurs, il y a manger.
Tios will be there.
Tio, si nous voulons tester, oh yes,
We'll be there.
I'm gonna be there.
Okay.
So, si nous voulons tester manger, Tio, vini demain, il y a l'autre monde qui a là. Donc, vini participer dans ça, vini rencontrer l'autre monde, vini network, n'attend tout le monde. Merci pour attention nous pas prêter plus long. Candace, soumettre close pour nous.
OK, ça c'était un autre épisode Strive 305 en créole. N'attendons nous semaine prochaine avec un autre invité. Merci.